So how many hours outside of school did you start on homework as a sophomore?
So my sophomore year, maybe, it's hard to remember, but I think I did, quite a bit of homework. So I think I spent like maybe an hour each night, maybe, and so maybe like 5 hours a week.
That's a lot. So how do you currently deal with stress?
So currently when I deal with stress, I like to just try to do things that relax me, like spend time outside in nature, go on little walks, or find some quiet time. And then I also like try to organize my schedule and use a planner. And then if I'm really stressed, I just talk to myself, like tell myself it's okay, and tell myself positive things.
So as a sophomore, how did you deal with stress? Was it slightly different?
So it was definitely different as a sophomore because I think I had no clue how to deal with stress. I also know that every night too I would stay up late doing homework because I knew I had to get it done, but then I would be tired at school the next day. And I remember I would come home from school and just watch TV because I wanted to just chill out, but then it would mean that I did my homework late, and then I would kind of be in a continual cycle of tiredness. But I was getting everything done, but I just felt like, oh yeah, I can deal.
So what caused the change in how you deal with stress?
Well, you eventually get to an age where that stuff doesn't work anymore, where you can't go without sleep, and you just get too stressed out, and I realized it was not good for my life.
Was that college for you then?
College definitely, but I think I still pushed it off, so I think it was after college that I started figuring out. But what you realize is if you wait, the longer you wait, the more you have to practice de-stressing because your body doesn't know how to do it anymore.
Okay, so as a teenager, how did those around you handle your stress? Did your parents help you out, or would it just be you're on your own?
I think my parents didn't help out very much. They kind of we had to do it on our own, and they weren't too involved with it, so.
So, if there are people who, didn't help you out, why do you think that was the case?
I think dealing with stress was just not as well known of a thing or considered as important back then. So I'm really glad that it's an important thing now for people to think about.
Do you think it was considered serious or just
Yeah, not very serious. And it was nope, you just get everything done. You just keep doing it. Who cares? You just do it.
All right, so overall, do you think the current teenagers are unappreciative of what they have?
I think there's an extent of things that they might be unappreciative of, but I think it's just anyone who's young and still hasn't been out on their own yet are not always going to appreciate things. But I think there's also just so many students I've met who care about deeper things, more important things. Yeah, so I see both sides.
When you were a teenager, has the things that we care about changed?
I think so. I think, I could be wrong, but I think students care more about world issues and what's going on and making a better society than we used to care about as youth, yeah.
So, would you consider us lazy?
I don't think lazy is the word. I think there's different priorities. Then it's just not always going to be school priorities.
So, do you know anyone else, besides yourself, who might think of teenagers as not lazy or lazy?
I do know I know some other people who do feel that teenagers sometimes are lazy or more inconsistent, don't always show up when they say they're going to or whatever. And my mom teaches piano and voice lessons, and so she'll tell me about some of her students that don't practice or don't show up.
So, in your opinion, what is the average everyday life of a modern teenager?
I still don't totally know that. I know it's definitely more technological, or there's so many things online that I don't even have a clue about. about that teens are involved in. And I don't know, I want to get to know more what it's like, but I can't imagine. And I think there's more stresses, like of societal pressures and media. Media gets even more intense, and our stars today that people are looking up to are just more and more pushing the edges. And so I do worry about people valuing themselves and not always believing what the media says, since it's getting worse and worse, I think.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. What a great project.